Hi, welcome to my channel. Hi everybody. Yeah, there's no buddies yet, but yeah, I rushed to get here because ke tlo bola ke integrity, ke tlo bola ke content integrity, but yeah, rather die from integrity than anything else. Okay, I don't have anybody to give me feedback if there's echoes and stuff because I always have echoes. And I know I struggled a little bit, but for those who will be here later, welcome everybody. This is, we don't have my friend was telling me that I need what you might call, I need a voiceover situation. So I'm going to do a voiceover situation. So we're supposed to have our Setswana lesson today, but yeah, Kgosigadi was struggling in finding her. And yeah, so or maybe we're not supposed to. Maybe we're not supposed to be doing those lessons because we train AI, right? Yeah. Anyway, then we also were supposed to have Ugogo. Please go check out her channel. Please check out her channel. I think it's Funky's mom. Let me just verify her channel. Please go check it out. We're gonna have, I'm just waiting for her time as well. We're gonna have an episode with her, live session with her. She does cleanses. She's a chakra hand, she's a tarot card hand, but she's a water bender, and it's very interesting now. I'm seeing a lot of avatar stuff popping up. And yeah, so I wanted to help us what we do regarding water cleanses. And yeah, today we're just going to speak in general on cleansers. I hope you guys will pop up here for questions and stuff. But I wanted to talk about cleansing. It's a topic that's popping up a lot in my life, on the timeline, in conversations I'm having, in yeah, wherever I'm encountering myself, or whoever I'm engaging with. But yeah, the topic of cleansing is popping up quite a lot. And I know when most of us think cleansing, myself included, the go-to was always water, you know. So yeah, we don't know if intrinsically because you align with the water element more, or if it is a or if it is the go-to, you know, because we're in that age where everything is quite digital, you know, reflected digitally as well. But no, not us. And then yeah, so from the four elements, so there's cleansers. So there's, like I'm saying, what the movie Avatar or the animation Avatar is popping up a lot now on my feed. So you can see that people can harness the different elements, right? So I particularly like water cleansers because yeah, it's one element for me. I feel it can encompass all the other three elements, right? So water, yeah. So besides that, it's easy, I guess. It's an easy go-to and stuff like that. But we have Bomas Cheso, which also is a cleansing. And then because of the low vibrating language, we have what we call Hohlapa, right? So you can gather, and these are like daily. Oh, let me finish. Kgosigadi. So her channel name is Funkiest Mom. Funkiest Mom. Ish, no, actually, let me go on my subscriptions. Yeah, but channel name is Melody Twala. So like I'm saying, so she's a water baby. She's a sacred woman of the water. She goes by a lot of names, but that have to associate with water. So please go check out her channel there. Please go subscribe there. She does give lessons, but yeah, she gives lessons. She also gives readings. If you want readings from her, she does an amazing job, you know, especially for those maybe looking for babies and stuff. So she is a healer in that aspect. And yeah, I call her a mermaid because she's got locks all the way up to her feet. But yeah, so she was supposed to do a Sunday session with us, but due to there's a time where the load shedding situation was quite intense. And then yeah, after that, I'm still waiting for a time with her. And yeah, please, we will announce it. But yeah, please do tune in. Please ask questions regarding cleanses of water, regarding the water element itself. But we're gonna be having that chat with her. But yeah, what do you guys think of um cleansing in totality? Actually, cleanses. All right, so for me, there's information I came across. You know how they say, like, usually you think, okay, no, I need to be sexual with somebody in order to interchange energy. But hey, go, I booked a river cleansing with someone, but I didn't go because I don't want anybody touching me. And I don't know why. Yeah, that's your Heru self, the solar plexus. That is your biggest god. That's your first god that you need to listen to. Habaru umameli dlozi. It's basically that your solar plexus decision making. So whenever you feel uneasy about something, that is definitely a telltale sign. Um, but yeah, so I want to talk, like I'm saying, English is quite low vibration, no? So cleansing, so hunalo hlapa, right? Ugeza. And then Guni language, there's, yeah, literally translation to bath or to bathe or whatever. And then there's, if we're using the word cleansing, I guess the intensity of it, hunale uklambuluga in the Nguni language, or rehu Lereng Basotho. I don't want to use the wrong Sotho word, but Kgosigadi, I'd use that, right? Does that work? Yeah. So with that, so there's the daily stuff that you do, wahlapa. Like with me, I remember with my reawakening, right? Going back into this world. The first telltale sign that I noticed, obviously, regarding me, like having this desire of cleansing. So I'd go, maybe go the CBD, for example. I go CBD, I just feel, oh my gosh, these energies are just too much, or ke go patini. And this is like the final the final days, where like everything is just so noisy, like Lily Party is just so intense. So what I do, I'd go home, like have a salt bath or whatever, right? And then I'm coming into this information where now rathokozisa more yang teng, we don't touch hands, but I've always gravitated towards vele so I don't shake hands. So I bumped into a very interesting content where this man is just explaining this whole cleansing thing. I just need to get his name, but Gogo Melody's gonna attend the cleansing situation for us. But this man was saying that it's actually so it's not, so you know how we say we interchanging energies, right? So it's not just an energy interchange, but you're carrying this person's memory, right? Does that make sense? So you're carrying the memories, and I know every time we're thinking of cleansing or speaking of cleansing, we only thinking of the bad stuff. But Ska, my friend, Mr. Mlaba, if you go check out the episode, yeah, I think it was Uktwala, yeah, the episode that we did with Mr. Mlaba. It should be under as the concentration camp playlist, or should be under Sacred Connections playlist. So go check that out. But he was basically explaining how, and they're chilling with Magenta, or Magenta Vayang round, right? So I know at concentration camp we have such social ills, right? Where I personally, Linda, kila kaplomal Magenta, for example, right? So like we chill as people, we all hustling in different ways and whatever. But he's from that generation where nabachereza, but not in the township, right? So they go Jereza in suburbia, and for them was like a sort of a political decision in a way. Hornora repossessa, right? Repossessing. So he'd say like James would speak Horno every time I would go rounding. So go rounding is we're going to work that work at night, right? So how about go rounding? There's certain women where these gents they don't want to interact with, or they know definitely if I interact with this person in whichever manner, sexually, or I just chill with her, whatever it is, I definitely know that it's gonna go well, right? But there's always that one girl where, oh my gosh, I was with her sexually in this manner, and then we got arrested or stuff like that. So these are so sexual encounters don't necessarily interchange just the bad energies, but you can also get really good energies, right? So just as much as like batu lang. So for example, right, well, uktwala is different, but Mr. Mlaba was saying Mkulu Mlaba was saying that a lagon uktwala somehow involves sex for some reason, right? And we'll expand on this when we get somebody who knows more of this topic. And is it explainable? Can you untwala when you've twilight? Can you untwala? Because I'm of the notion of tapping into darkness. Yeah, tapping into darkness, getting out. Yeah, it has a lot of consequences and stuff like that. But anyway, so So a regular cleanse, like I said, that I would do, like get a salt bath or an Epsom salt bath or whatever it is, just to cleanse off these energies, and it would somehow does feel better, if it's a shower, be like cleansing off that energy. So that is external, but then we have healers who specifically work ka ukuhlambulula, yeah, go hlwekisa to put life back into something, I guess, right? To realign you with your natural energies, because now like including the houses or your car, whatever it is, a cleansing, a removal of that thing which is internal, which lives in the memory now. So it's not just oh my gosh, we interchanged energy sexually, oh my gosh, we bengiblome nalo muntu lona, and stuff like this happen. So those would usually be external. But with memory, how we don't I read medicine ka matsogo in the Togoza Koko fraternity, right? Because that I've always felt, because we have chakras here. All right, so if you've encountered me, I'm sure like my first occurrence to about Togoza or Adwana Seka, for example, not that Lona doesn't exchange energy, but it's how Iba like a sort of a portal for me, all right? And I know with certain people also they can't sleep in hotels, because now there's extra memories there, where we know what the things that happen in hotels and stuff, right? So for those, at times you would feel, oh my gosh, the easiest is obviously sexual encounters, when you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I slept with the wrong person or whatever it is. Oh my gosh, um, yeah, ever since I was with this person, it's just been going sideways in my life, kind of situation, right? And yeah, in that case, it would need like the people who actually know what they're doing, But I am a high believer in self cleansing, besides the uyako a healer, besides the washo and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot, right? But you need to get to a point where you also now your own God, right? You don't need an external person, So with my God specifically, I remember when we started the journey, ke before she was assisting with my stuff. I remember saying Koena, Yazi Mkhulu, I feel I need to go get a reading, And always she was like, okay, Mdao, why do you need a reading? So why do you need a reading? Like, also practice not being like a Ndumba ho, Now you're going from, no, I'm not satisfied with this reading. Okay, I do support getting different readings, but don't hop around. And what the point that they were making is this: you need to always start basing ya gago, So that is why we do the series that we do here, the African calendar and stuff like that. So to get to a point where now the reliance is on self. Now the you need to tap into your God self. If you connect a liba dimba how, you need to get those answers there, because honestly, intrinsically and to the source of it, nobody can tell you about you. You are part of your ancestors too. And that's why I think so easily, but when they're not supposed to fehla, but you find yourself you don't even know why unadinto. So like we said on our last session, Hore, like you need to interrogate everything, especially to do with spirit, because spirit is so 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 sensitive, you capture a lot of things. That's why I like this new terminology now. And I'm not going to use the word interchanging energies. Now I'm literally going to say you are carrying memory, interacting about you, it's carrying memory, So like I know today, after the hangouts that I'm going to have, I definitely know that, okay, I need to come home and then just unpack these people, because leko, you've heard stories about leko, like in a club. So for example, where people who have the clairvoyances and the whatnots, people that can see beyond the physical, where they say they literally see dead people, and I'm not saying clubs are evil, right? But yeah, the shaky. Yeah. I'm not saying clubs are evil, but there's people who go there got intention, like you've heard the stories that abantu abathwele, okay, there's people who literally I need to finish this money today, or I get an little rules then to there's rules, so I need to get somebody who's gonna feed this creature, is gonna feed this energy of mine or whatever it is, right? And then back collect girls or back collect boys, whatever it is, and in order for them to fulfill this contract that they have started themselves. So, and I wish I had, yeah, if anybody's in the house that does know what, can you antwala? is that thing a possibility, because yeah, it just seems gore like about this painful contract. But I know with most of them didn't let timeline, right? So okay, you'll get whatever it is that you need to get, but you need to do these certain things. If you don't do those certain things, eba chayile or warning or whatever it is. But yeah, so that is a for yeah, cleansing in totality, interchanging of memory, interchanging of all of that, right? Then we have the cleansings as chaser, all right, and there's I was hoping to get also another sort of healer, but network kereke ya Siphiri, that with this friend of mine, right? So she wanted to explain the concept ya thing, right? Because we are still a little bit shaky on Kereka's Piri, but historically, just to wrap it up and not to step on anybody's toes, but historically, the Kereka's Piri came now got the Witchcraft Act, and then we also be very cognizant it not just affect us what goza, like Gogo Lefenso was saying that we need to not limit our spirituality as a people or black people, especially in South Africa. We can't limit it to Bungoma Fela, right? There's other elements, there's other different things that we do spiritually, especially when you think about, okay, what about the ones Balinko Caribbean? What about the ones Balinko China? Black people, we literally everywhere. We literally everywhere. Ke rona badimo, hantle or re sedimo, re medimo. Yeah, I don't know. But so we had an act called the Witchcraft Act 1957. Yeah. So there was so this was one of the tools that unplugged us. So I'm just gonna speak on the South African context. So these are one of the tools that unplugged us from our spirituality, that unplugged us from ourselves. And also, speaking of this, please somebody remind me, I want to speak about the event I went to yesterday. And yeah, in kindness though. Yeah, so unplugging somebody from what they're rooted in, that sort of destabilizes a person. That's why Lerona as a people, we still very, yeah, I just say totally hore, yeah, where are we going actually as a race, or as a people, however we want to refer to ourselves. So came the Witchcraft Act, and then certain churches were born into that. But there's a nice lady, I just can't remember her name. She covers the whole history. There. She covers Rona Basotho, or on the Sotho side, Vita di Postoli. On the Nguni side, Lereke Zionia, right? So these churches, the rooting of these churches, how they came about. So in a summary, we had these churches that had to be Christian based, or yeah, Christianity was the order of the day, right? So it had to be Christian based. So you'd get your what Christian church or apostolic Christian church or whatever it is. It had to be in a Christian context, because unfortunately, more yeah, her own war, we still need to liberate moya ona oleng morona. We still need to venerate moya oleng morona. We still need to heal. It's not just a calling, but it's a need to do. How people are, you'd be inclined to, even if you decide with yourself, oh my gosh, I don't want to help this person anymore, but you're so inclined because unfortunately, as a people, we spiritual like that. You see also in the what we call the Negro churches, but and thinking, oh, okay, we're not from a South African context. You're looking at this on some. Like umoya. So these churches came about where now they needed to practice healing and the semoya, but now it needed to operate in a way that the ruling people were saying it is okay, And the sad thing though is, and I hope I can hide anybody to concept by speaking about this church, but the one the sheriff and then Nando's, right, before the split and all of that. But with this church, there's if you go the archiving that thing, so you're gonna read about this healer called Kgotso, right? And with this, though, these healers and these churches and us being unplugged from who we are, the ruling people, they would go and then balothola matla with that, whether, yeah, I don't know if but they would use our even now today, who use our spiritual system or spiritual intelligence in order for things to be done, in order for us to stay in this position, I know we joke a lot and say, mele shaya belungu ngedukanezwe, or like why is that belungu, for example, but and how we operating as a people, you might think, man, guys, bashange came enye entswembu labantu laba, because the consciousness now, at least it is there, but we don't know how to unplug from our slave, you know. We don't know how to unplug from these systems that are just keeping us so locked in. But anyway, so the Kereketas Pirige, they'll come about. So they have a ceremony called Sicheso, right? And Barik is Piri because there is there is secrecy in things, right? And obviously with the progression of things and the growing of things and the desire for money and the system that's still chaining us, we always thinking with our stomach, you know, everything is literally politics of the stomach. People, yeah, there's the darkness, there's the dark side of it, and then there's the light side of it. Like everything else, you know, everything needs to occur in a balance. But in these churches, so they do teach you how to tap into the darkness, they do teach you how to tap into the lightness, and then you decide, oh, okay, this is the route that I'm going to. But yeah, so usually they happen at night, you know. Yeah, please do correct me if I'm wrong. Usually they happen between the whites and blacks. Okay, I'm not too clear there, my queen or my king. Can you please repeat the question? What's the difference between the whites and blacks? As in the people, as us as a people, in terms of what? Okay, yeah, then I can expand on that. And then, yeah, so these would usually be conducted at night, there's big fires and all of that, but tonally timing as well, you know. So that is why, like, you also get the sacred times for 3 a.m. and whatnot and whatnot. So you'd see a lot of people, so these Zion churches, badi piga, or di tuku, yellow, green, blue. So also those colors are quite significant. But so there's so highly sitches or so besides it being like a whole manifestation thing and stuff like that, but it's also a means of cleanse, you know. So in SA, I don't know a lot of people that deal with the element of air, right, in cleansing. I don't know yeah, cleanses in terms of air, and then or like mobu is, yeah, it would be encompassed in a whole lot of cleanses, you know, whether clay or you're gonna use it in a modern way, about like a mud bath from I don't know, a river sand or sand that's taken from a sacred place or anything. But I don't know, the most healing that we do here, more South Africa, that I'm aware of right now, give the element of water, the element of fire. Okay, KG, I don't know the yeah, I'm not too clear on the question. So please, if you can just clarify for me, what do you mean? What's the difference between the whites and the blacks? I'm assuming, in terms of race, in terms of spirituality, in terms of what exactly? In terms of how we exist in a spirit form, in terms of are we the parent body? Yes, we are the parent body. So please just expand on that if you can for me. Yeah, welcome to those who just got here. We're just speaking on cleansing in totality, and then what else did I want to speak about? Yeah, but Gogo Melody's gonna speak about that. It's gonna speak. I think I'm gonna ask her to expand a lot more on the entities of the water as well. You know, so I call him my water bender. So I'm gonna speak on the entities of the water as well. What do you mean? What do we mean, Harere umnikazi wendawo? You know, what do we mean when we're saying inzunza? What do we mean when we're saying ukuthi inkosazana yamanzi kind of situation, you know? So she'll expand more on that, but I think I'm gonna ask, yeah, every healer that comes here, and like I said, right now, yeah, I wanna expand more on the Sesotho side of things because I don't know any written content much, right? And then a question I have, and I hope, yeah, I'm not gonna step on toes on this one. So I went to a concert yesterday. Yeah, Abafazi Bengoma. What do you think of Jesus? Okay, I think, can I start with my greeting? I will start with my greeting again. Dumelang sanibonani Kgosigadi, khanya le lesedi. Yeah, welcome everybody, the queer unconscious, the black consciousness gang, the war gang, the anti-war gang, the religious but wanting to learn, knowledge seekers, knowledge collectors, chakra hands, tarot card gangs. So we don't do Abrahamic religions here, and I try not to speak on them, but because the question is asked, I'm gonna go into this question and I'm gonna share actually what I wanted to what I wanted to speak up, or what I wanted to share about my experience here yesterday. But what do I think of Jesus? Without stepping on toes, we don't here we deal with spirituality on a not on a non-controlled format, right? So also that question is a bit vague. What do I think of Jesus? I think it was a brilliant concept to get people to unplug from who they are as a people, Thokozani. From who we are as a people, I think it's a lovely concept to also use the imagery of Jesus. I know with at my grandmother's home, we had the 12 disciples, right? Eating, was it drinking wine? I can't remember. But we had that, and how and how it also plays in psychologically. So everything, like every system that is designed, there's a bunch of people that work on the mind itself. So the minute I can capture you here, like it's game over, it's chaile for you, right? So what do I think of Jesus? I think it was a brilliant concept of adding onto the colonization. Please pause. Yes, come in. Of helping us be colonized as a one. And then there's also a ship called the Jesus ship that came here. Yeah, for perpetuating the further agenda, right? So that is why with my friends, and I, okay, not I, my friends, yeah, they're more radical. I'm not so radical, but my friends, they literally say, Hora, we need to ship these people back on their ship called Jesus. So my jive with the guy is that black people, we fight amongst ourselves. We're the ones that are still perpetuating this energy that has not been quite useful to us. But because of my friends, yeah, I'm a little bit respectful on that on that front when speaking about. But yeah, on my platform though, we don't do any Abrahamic religion, whether it's Islam, whether it's, but I'm respectful. I'm respectful of that because my friends and yeah, most of my family members, they practice such, and yeah, I guess the guy's their friend. But for me also, when I speak on that guy, it's literally that book that is considered holy is literally a whole it's a book on his lineage. We had a friendly debate with a couple of friends of mine regarding tradition versus religion and stuff. And so some gents mentioned, okay, why is he allowed to do his customs, but we're not allowed to? He was a Jew, right? But he was a Jew. Snipped the thing after the 3 days. I don't know when the Jews do it. Snipped the thing after 3 days. So he practiced as a Jew, but yeah. So that's why, like, I'm saying it's a concept of mind effing us, because I think that's a point where we needed to be asking those questions for okay, actually question why am I who's Abram to me? Was there any Abram that was black? And then I know there's a school of thought that says, no, but he was a black guy and the Jews are black and all of that. But yeah, I don't want to get into the controversy of that. Also, there is an episode that we're gonna be posting from Backpackers where I asked this gentleman who's okay. In conscious space, they lack the concept of no, Ethiopia was the only country that has never been colonized, right? So even though they had like a short little stint, Italy, but I have my own thoughts, and I think we don't mention in conscious space here because we want to take everything from the word of the word of God, right? But that is the word of man. Even the books that we read also, that is the word of man, right? So that is why I like what this other gogo said on a live session I was on. She said that some like you need to, when you engage in content so you need to bring your spirit to it. You need to understand things from a spiritual sense in a way whenever you're dealing with content that has to do with spirituality and stuff like that, because I can literally go and read the book of coming forth by day, and then just make that as a lesson. So that is why, like, I literally go intensify, I literally go, kilo meditate on this or kilo pasha on this or whatever it is, so that I can deliver the content in a way that it comes from spirit. So it's not just coming from we're reciting books and all of that, right? So there was a point I was making there. My mind usually goes short-lived. Let me just catch up on the comments. Before that, Ethiopia. So Ethiopia had its own spiritual practices before Lere. My gosh, they have the oldest Bible, Kesha, Buki, Scroll, and whatnot. But also with that is still plagiarized content. We know, okay, there's certain books that are missing and whatnot. And yeah, I don't want to go into the King James and the whatnot. Yes, it is, yeah, probably the oldest Bible, but before the Bible, before Haile Selassie, sorry, Marasta, I do apologize in advance as well. Sorry, Marasta. But Haile Selassie had the ancient knowledge, had the sacred knowledge, had an understanding of the sacred knowledge. But because every man's got a price, unfortunately, he sat on the content, and that is why, like to this day, it's a iron, no, well, not iron, living. Oh, hail Haile Selassie, right? But that is still you godifying somebody that is still outside of yourself, you know. So we need to get to a state where you need to realize, okay, neta you as well, neta you are existing as a god, even though you're existing as a micro universe, but you're a complete universe on your own. You are a creator on your own as well, meaning that luena umudimu, you know, or creator. And then yeah, so that is what I think of the question asked. So definitely, okay, yes, I once read about the leader who sourced power from a healer called Khotso. Yes, was part of the Afrikaans movement, that guy. And the people were wearing sheriff. They don't even know that the healer is from Lesotho. Yeah. So Tate Khotso is from Lesotho. So also there's I don't know, because I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I dive into that. So but apparently Bare Lekgotso is not necessarily as in yo peace or hotep, whatever it is, but another school of thought and it's conspiracy theories, but they're referring to this Khotso guy. But yeah, I don't wanna step on toes, guys, love, because yeah, it is there is healing elements in his churches. I think a lot of times when I go do water cleansers, I'll bump into Batuba Bosherif, about not so much Bonandosi, but Bosherif. That's why I said white people haven't those spirit. Says Bindi, let's go the bongs. You don't think about Jesus. How can someone do a cleansing for themselves after interacting with various of people? 3E, thank you. Please also greet those who awoke to sleep again. Asia, yeah, I think you're coming controversially. Can I pause for 2 seconds? Hi, my darling. Did you get my voice note? Okay. Do you want to collect? Or do you want to? Okay. Kibule, the phone itself? Yeah, it's locked. You can't open it. Okay, do you need to rush out? No. Okay. I'm gonna be done in the next couple of you. Okay, cool. Anyway, sorry guys. How can one do a cleanse for themselves after interacting with various people? Okay, so I have one for a sacral cleanse, right? So I have a basic easy thing, but like I'm saying, I don't like sharing generic ways of doing things. You know, if I'm doing like a money spell for you, I'd wanna interact with not your energy source per se, but I'd want to know who you are. How do you resonate with this? Do you specifically need a diwash, or do you just need water? Do you need do I need to refer you to somebody else? Do incense or paper? What kind of cleansing you need? But I do have generic ones that I can share now. So I have one for sacral cleansing. So that is where you're cleansing off the sexual energies that you've interacted with, whatever it is. And then the basics, like I was saying, I think sorry, I stumbled on your live feed. What is it that you preach? Oh, we don't preach here, honey. We speak spirituality here. So yeah, I don't know. Hang around, do whatever. But anyway, so do the cleansings. So depending on the memory interchange you're doing, whether it's going to be a sexual memory exchange, whether it's going to be yeah, after I shook this person's hand, after I hugged this person, I feel a little bit off, right? So salt is a very, 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 very powerful and simple tool to use. But that works externally, but you can use letswai to fota. A lot of people are big on fota because also it goes into your pores, and also when you're breathing that in, that interchange, yeah, more, yeah, right? So you can use regular salt. What is in Zunza spirits? Okay. So regular salt, like I'm saying, daily cleanses. So bathing is a spiritual thing as well. Showering, it's spiritual too. You are literally utlosa the dirt. But like I'm saying, if it's intense and it's a hlambululing you need, and not necessarily like an external bath, okay, what is it, this thing that you're actually struggling with, because sometimes the blockages are different, sometimes you need a cleanse to unblock the way where the thank you Telisile where the blockage is at, sometimes or man every time the cheleta disappears in this manner, or it's every time I'm engaging with somebody on Thank you. Every time I'm interchanging with a certain person, my things determine in a certain way. But yeah, so salt bathing is spiritual too. You can use salt to bath. You can use salt to water. That is to do your steaming. Also in your yard, also in your yard, or keep it in your car. Corners of your windows. You can also use the cloves as well. They're ward of bad energies. The chakra hands, we know they're stones to use. I speak more, I dive more into the stones when we're doing our African calendar episodes. But we have chakra hands. I'm still trying to get Gogo to agree to help us with that, with the stones and stuff. But yeah, you also don't need a specific healer per se, but if you have opoma, I know in Gauteng we struggle with finding water areas that are quite clean. But yeah, just make sure that it starts from your crown chakra, and then just get the cleanse. But yeah, the smudge sticks as well. Smudge sticks, they work. The ormpepo, regular mpepo also works. But like I'm saying, yeah, these are just generic things. And if you want the voice notes of how to do a sacral cleanse, a sacral chakra cleanse, or cleansing of sexual energies, yeah, please, I'm gonna share my email address and my other socials on here, and then I can send you that voice note, or I'll create a link or something for that voice note, how you do a sacral cleanse. And then, oh, Hindi. And then they say I must greet those who are woke to sleep again. Yeah. Also, we don't want that. Somebody asked, and I actually like the question. So they asked, well, okay, are you guys creating a new religion? So it's not a religion that we're creating here. But what I've noticed is that, like in woke spaces, you literally now stepping out of the Abrahamic religions or religion in itself to tap into, and now to make spirituality a religion in a way. You now ebile wa tla lo recruiter batho and whatnot. You still haven't ascended now. You still haven't tapped into your hero self to understand what, okay, number one, spirituality is individual. Yeah, you find yourself going culting, or you like people force you to be where you don't want to be, and spirit is such a free flowing thing. Mkulu, the last sacred connections we had, was speaking about this thing of how you shouldn't feel caged in spirituality, and at times you don't find yourself go a place now you're serving and over serving to a point where you feeling hore, or your people are also telling you that, hey dude, we're done here, we found what we needed here, and now it's time for you to move. And I know if you own a church, I guess a church and whatnot, you don't like if your members are going. But I think you need also, if you're elevated in that sense, you need to understand that I am serving this person now, or my calling is big. My calling is to teach. My calling is to teach, and once I've taught this person, I've already paid my spiritual ticking. Whatever it is, I've poured into this person in a spiritual manner, and for seeing them grow is also, yeah, I'd be happy. So that is why, like with my people, like I'm not gonna do your dream interpretations forever and ever and ever for 5 years. I'm not gonna do that. So it's if you are given in that way, okay, when you're a teacher or or you need to be happy if your babies are growing, or if the people that you're supposed to serve are growing, and it doesn't have to do with age or anything. So anyway, in Zunza Spirit, Jaden, Zunza Spirit, it's one of the water spirits, but we will talk about that when we have Melody Twala. Please go check out her channel, guys. Please go subscribe to her channel. When we have Melody Twala, I call her my water bender. We're gonna be speaking of the spirits of the waters and all of that. But yeah, we don't. It gets quite controversial as well. Yeah, in Zunza. Though I hear Indian spirituality, what is African spirituality? African spirituality is a term we use in order to how do I use this? English is too low vibrational for us. But we call it African spirituality because we want to put a title on it. But actually, we don't cocoon ourselves in just doing the goats and the drumming and the whatnot. So we call it African spirituality to I guess group it, but our spirituality goes beyond that because there's people all over the diaspora who practice spirituality in a way that their spirit speaks to them. Indian spirituality, again, no, chakras are not Indian. I do have, if you are South African based, I do know that's the sort of word for chakra ki ingi. And like I usually say, there's no other civilization but African civilization. So as a people, we are the mother body. As the melanated people, yeah, go research, go find out. But everything else stemmed from the motherland, what we call the motherland. Everything stemmed from here. So it's just unfortunate. I was saying on my last on the last live that we did, that it's just unfortunate that the people that learned from us, or the people that we taught, or the people that came from us, they literally making their spirituality and everything else live for them by us pilisa, so that is why whenever you're thinking, oh my god, what's this tantric, I'm already thinking with eastern philosophy. Every time I'm mentioning crystals, you're already thinking that, so like I'm saying, I'd really love for this girl that I'm trying to convince to come and speak here, because she's got great mothers who actually were crystal wearers. They had these necklaces that they had an original, not these glass beads or these glass and these fake things that we see, but from the source. We are literally the mother body. But yes, so yesterday's event, yeah, I just want your guys' thoughts. What do you guys feel about this, right? So I had my birthday is continuing, clearly. So a friend of mine gave me tickets to a concert, yeah, Shelly Mhlope. So they've been in the game for 45 years. Those who grew up in the 90s, I think. Yeah, in the 90s, yeah, this family. So it's a beautiful display of a black family as well, because they've literally been doing music forever. They've been doing, what's this? Yeah, so it's been, so this man, the father of the household, he's been doing this since, or he's been on the hustle since the age of 10, and then they had 4 children. That, are you guys going to go live? Yes, we're gonna go live so that we can have answers, because I also have questions on the water elements. Okay, message was retracted, but anyway, then they had 4 children. The 4 children had a band as well, and yeah, the mother, before meeting the dad, formed a band. So it was a really beautiful event. And so for me, like, a question that always comes up is, and I do apologize in advance, no judgment, I'm trying not to judge, but it's like, people who, I also saw it with the late king of a that other, yeah, sorry if this sounds like divide and conquer, but the Zulu king that was late, right? And he was mentioning how the savior is this guy that we say we don't talk about here, and how they're speaking that, no, their family is a saved family and all of that. So what was mind baffling for me was, how can you be so, like, in touch with your traditions and your culture and who you are as a people, but then still be able to find a God that's not in your image, one, and it's so outside of yourself. What do you guys think of that? Like, does it? And I know there's people who dwell practice the things, they wanna do dilotase, or and then they wanna do Christianity too, or Islam too, which is, yeah. I don't know what's the significance of beads on Abogogo or Amatosan. As far as I understand, beads came to our land just recently through trade. Yeah, so KG, what I want, yes. So this is why I'm saying, Hore, I want this gogo, but maybe I'll take it from her conversations. I want this gogo to pull through in order for her to explain these things to us. Okay, the beads, because obviously, like, these beads that we know, everything is like made in China, made in India, lima buy that we wear right now. But for her to go tap into the original things, the things that were used as the beads, that were used as the original beads, the things, the cowrie shells, not in plastic form, not these glass beads that we have, real, because the crystals literally come from the soil, that's a natural element. And when we're here, we're not speaking of things that are external from us. So we literally going in the direction of nature is God, So crystals come from the soil itself. And yeah, but we'll expand more. But there is a significance besides this color represents this color represents that. And like I'm saying, I don't want to step on toes. Yeah, saying okay, no, a uniform wearing go lefetlhong is actually gives me the ick, but it's a yeah, we'll expand more on that. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys feel about people who are so in tune to who they are. They know where they come from. They know who ka setso re tsa so, this is how we patla as a people. This is how we give reverence to people, but then still don't know how to tap out of this cage of religion. How do you guys feel about that? Okay, I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes, but yeah, I think we're gonna end our live unless you guys have any more questions on that. And what are your opinions? And what do you guys is this new information that okay, as much as Ethiopia was not colonized, they fought the Italians off, but by virtue of them using a Christianity or Christian people feeling if Ethiopia was not colonized, then it means that that is correct and Jesus is black and all of that and all of that. But what about the spirituality that they practiced? They had their own spiritual practices. Why is nobody speaking on that? Why does history iqala mona, and I always say here on this platform that our history doesn't just start from Kemet. Kemet Shapibile, a refinement of it. Do you hear about that? Yeah, I know. Also, yeah, my mood changed a little bit after that, but the performance was great. Sorry, back to Ethiopia. So, like I'm saying, also when we're also speaking of restoration of Isi to restoration of us as a people, we can't just start this thing where now culture is just serving it's just serving the agenda that we currently on now. Where I feel sorry for being a controversial or whatever titles. But I feel we're always fetching tradition or culture and we're saying we need to go back to that. But we're only fetching it with from a patriarchal way. I think go invest more into checking out content, yeah, Dr. Litchfield Shabalala. So she speaks a lot on that, we didn't just have we didn't have she doesn't call it patriarchal. There's a word she uses. But that's not just the civilizations that we had. How about we fetch our history also from when the matriarchs were in charge? How about we fetch ourselves from then? Why are we always fetching it from a point that's just serving an agenda that we want to serve? So just yeah, coach. I don't know where precisely exactly, but here on the channel, she did. If you search for Dr. Litchfield Shabalala, you can find such. Okay, and then I really don't get it when people try so hard to create room for this. Yeah, but like I'm saying, Gogo, like in a creation of a system, there's literally people who are either employed to work on here. You know how like we share the pictures that or Lily Bob Marley, they passed away saying that um once you are liberated here, once they chain you here, then it's game over for you, and liberate that mind in order to get true liberation. We see it here also. Liko Togoza Gogo space, Liboma Kosi. And sorry, Toes, I know I have friends who dabble as well, where you still wanna invite this guy, this blue-eyed guy into and I understand with some people it's no, my grandmother died and she used to be a church person and whatnot, but how about you try and fetch your history before that, because yeah, I just feel a little bit ick about the guy because it perpetuated the situation that we are in now. The Bible is the guide to spirituality. No, I don't agree. Unfortunately, we have come to embrace carnal through the Bible. Okay, I don't agree with that, KG. I don't agree. I don't think you need a Bible to experience spirituality. Spirituality is outside anything. It's outside the crystal that you use. It's outside any tool that you use. It's just a tool, like I'm saying. And speaking for the Bible itself, with some people, but divine, but like I'm saying, it's a tool and it's a yeah, it's sort of there's nothing. I'm sorry for this, but it's not. Oh my gosh, this holy book and it's the word of God. It's the word of man. Everything that we see here is the word of man. Yeah, maybe inspired by spirit, but you don't need a tool to practice spirituality. You don't need a tool to be spirit. You don't need if Bible did not exist, there's no way that I was not gonna be born, kind of thing. Me being born is a spiritual occurrence. Yeah, so yeah, hang around. We're gonna cringe a lot when you hear, especially coming from the Abrahamic way of things. But yeah, my friends are definitely not here. But like I'm saying, it's a knowledge sharing space here, and I do try. I know sometimes I jab, but it's only in literally just. I understand. I also was not at this point. I also was a practicing a person back in the day. But yeah, if there's no more questions, and yeah, for those who want the sacral, the generic cleansing of sexual energies, Professor, we are leaving. We just got here. We're leaving. Yeah. So if you want the sacral cleanse, voice note or a text of how you to perform that, or a journal cleanse, self cleanse, or you want a reference to people who can assist you with cleanses, people that I trust as well. I'm gonna share. You go live on TikTok, sister. I don't go live on TikTok. TikTok is very scary. But we'll try. We'll try to do the lives. I had a live lame Kgosigadi, but she's still on a little sabbatical right now. But the TikTok lives that I've done is I was being hosted by other people, but we will try. Yeah. So, but thank you so much for pulling through, everybody, and I hope we didn't step on too many toes today. And yeah, but thank you so much for your time. And like I was saying, today was supposed to be our Setswana lessons. We just didn't find our queen today. And you'll see a person need church only to open another. Exactly, Gogo. You feel me, girl. You feel me. But yeah, so hopefully next week we'll have a healer who's gonna assist us with, yeah, we're hoping to have our water bender. Please go check out our channel, Melody Twala. If not, we'll probably have a Sesotho healer. If not, we'll have a Kehla who's gonna do this. So 4 o'clock on Sundays, let's hang. We're gonna speak spirituality like we do here. And yeah, for those who don't know what we do, please go check out our other episodes or go check out the lives that we've done. I think we did 2 so far now. Yeah, but it's banging content. If you are willing to learn, it's a knowledge sharing session, and we are going on that front. But thank you so much, Anka and Ma'at. Happy today. Be safe when you go out there and you're feeling a bit iffy after hanging with people. Yeah, just go run a bath, do something before you get into bed. And yeah, happy today, Anka and Ma'at. That means life, Ank, yes. Life, and so says Rastafari. Okay. Okay. No, we'll expand, KG. We hope you'll hang around. But yeah, we'll touch more on the Ethiopian spirituality as well, and yeah, the oldest Bible and all of that. But thank you so much, guys. I won't leave if I don't leave now. Thank you so much. Happy today. More life, more prosperity, more abundance to you guys, and more health. Uncle Jasalep.